got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. It's time to get lit, it's time to get fit. Let's meal prep and get it in, get it in. Get lit, transformation, freedom, and innermost heaven. Let's hit the gym and get fit, get fit. Get lit, Well, hello. It's Tina with Enriched by Tina here to help you get your whole life together. Good morning, Keisha. Good morning, Mother Deborah. The girl was over there strolling and trying to figure out something. As you know, I'm always trying to figure out something. You know, I'm forever learning. That's what they say. Always learn, continue to learn. Good morning, Sister Carissa. Good morning, Janelle. With everybody coming on in bright and early. I mean, y'all, we is doing the doggone thing. And when I think about where we at, we're on day 7, y'all. So tomorrow it's gonna start the second a different phase where we'll be in a different vein. Um, so we still will be talking about bearing good fruit, but we will finish 1 week, y'all. So listen, God is so awesome. He's so good. He woke us up this morning. You know what? Do me a favor. Go ahead on and share this out. Share this out. Let some folks know what's happening over here in the morning. We are doing some good things. Good morning, Damon. So good to see you. Um, let the people know what we're doing. We're bearing good fruit. And today we're going to talk about fruit that lasts, living for a eternal impact. Like we want to make this thing continue and move on and on. So when you talk about eternal impact, what's going on, cuz? So good to see you. Good morning, Teresa. When you talk about eternal impact and you want to leave a legacy, a spiritual legacy, like you think about that, how you want to leave a legacy for your children financially, but what would it be to leave a spiritual a legacy to give an impact eternally? Like this thing is fire, y'all, because I didn't even think about that because you talk about you want to leave an inheritance for your children's children. They talk about that in the Bible. But when you think about but what about um spiritual? What's some practical things? What's some things that I want to be able to say? Some people say, my grandma used to do this and teach me and do these things. And I said, you know what? I need to get back to it. Me and Mel used to have our little thing and our little time, and she would talk about prayer and God and all these things. I need to get back to that because when we start thinking about making a eternal impact, we have to think about what that means. It means living in a way that what we do, somebody want to pattern after of it. They want to it's a level of influence. So we have to think about the choices that we make, what's affecting us here right now in real time, and what we're building for the future that will last. Because if we invest in ourselves, good morning, Mother McKnight, and invest into our spiritual things. So you think about all the things that we invest in. Lord, there go my friend. Lord, she done got up. Good morning, Tamiko. That's the one say, guess what? I'm choosing peace over frustration today. I got a little thing going on, but y'all lift me up because the fruit of the spirit is right here. Uh um I'm gonna need it to step in today. I'm gonna need self-control and patience to step in. So when you think about girl, listen, I understand And yeah, when my kids was younger, same here, same here. And I like, you know what? I got grandkids, and sometimes the grandkids have a way they could do some things to us that nobody else can. So if I can get the grandbaby to plant a seed in her, and maybe she can plant it in her parents and want to kind of do it. So we have to start thinking about building that legacy, investing in our spiritual life, that someone will say, my grandma, my great grandma, like my great grandkids will be able to say, well, because I made an impact on my granddaughter, then her child, is going to be able to say, and I believe I'm believing God. I want to be able to live for the fourth generation. Like, we have four generations: my mama, me, Kendra, and Melanie. Lord, I have seen a family that had five generations. So Lord, I want to be able to live to see five and six generations, and still be around. I just believe God. Like, God, let me see my children's children's children. And so when we start thinking about building up a spiritual discipline, then we got to spread this thing. Then we got to begin to say that. So if we want to make an impact, um people make an impact, whether it's positive or negative. You're making an impact. Why not do something that's going to last and that's going to remain? And we want to do those things. Yes, Damon done put it all up. He said, Tina, walk in the spirit today. And that's what I am. I'm gonna have patience today. I'm going to be able to be at peace. um and I'm going to be able to have a little temperance today. She tried me. She tried me. That's all I'm going to say. The lady tried me, baby. It says, open up the windows of heaven. It will say, try me and see. Won't he open up the windows of heaven and won't have room or not to receive? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But baby, she tried me. She tried me, and I remain calm. Yes, I'm gonna talk about that one. That Damon, you flowing today, because that's one of my scriptures. Show is Damon, show is. So when we start thinking about we're gonna produce fruit that remain, you know what, we got to go back. We got to go on back over here. Good morning, Dr. Lejeune. So good to see you. You slid in here on me. Do me a favor, everybody. Y'all spread this out. Just go and share. If all of the, this is what I told them last night. If all 10,000 of you will go ahead on and hit share, then that means it can then reach the potential to release another 20,000. They was cracking up with me last night. I said, yeah, uh, I'm not gonna wait for all 10,000 followers to come. So I'm not gonna wait for all the 10,000 of you to share. But if those of you that's on this morning, if you share, tell a friend or a friend, don't keep this secret. This is a secret I want you to tell. So when we start thinking about remaining and making a eternal impact, it brings us to John chapter 5, I mean chapter 15, verse 16. It says this, and I'm gonna go back up to the other one, because we're gonna be all over in John 5 today. You did not choose. So when we start thinking about bearing this fruit, we're chosen to bear fruit. Whether you want to do it or not, you have been chosen. Let's just go and let's go and let the cat out of the bag. And you say, me, yes, you. Why not you? Why not? So you've been chosen to bear fruit. And what does that mean? It says, you didn't choose me, but I chose you. I appointed you. Wait a minute. I'm getting all. So here it is. You didn't choose me. I chose you. I gave this work to you to go and produce fruit. This right here from the Bible, right here. We didn't choose ourselves. Remember that he chose us. He gave you this work. Well, what work? The work that you got in your hands that you're supposed to be producing, your destiny, the things that got your God-given talent that he done told you to do. That's what we're doing. That's what he gave you. And he said, I gave you this work to go and produce fruit. I want you, he ain't just want us to produce any fruit. He said, I want you to produce fruit that will last. Okay? Then the Father will give you everything you ask for in my name. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Did y'all, I mean, not see it, did you hear it? Did you hear that? We did not, we were, didn't choose this. He chose us, he appointed you, he anointed you. And when the enemy comes in like a flood, listen, look, it says, uh, she said it just a good, like, heist up the windows. You know what I mean? Come on here. So that's it. So when you get ready to, when the enemy try to get at you and make you think you're insignificant, you don't matter. This, but Teresa, what's your scripture? Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, the Lord gonna make it happen. But in the meantime, we got to see how we waiting. Are we waiting well? See, sometimes we waiting, but are we waiting well? And so when you start thinking about an example of this good work, and that we might, he appointed you, that you might bring forth this fruit and bear, and the fruit is gonna last. He said it ain't even gonna go nowhere. So y'all know. I know you wait. Keisha, I hear you in the back of your mind. I hear you, Keisha. What did the Gen Z say? I hear you, Keisha. I hear you. So let me, well, get out of the way, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. Keisha, I hear you. You say, come on and bring it to me in the Gen Z. Okay. I'm glad you asked, Keisha. It says, you didn't choose me, but I chose you and gave you a purpose. See? Good God Almighty. Listen, he gave you a purpose. I want you to go out and make a positive impact that lasts. And when you pray to God using my name, he will give you what you ask for. Huh? Yeah, Keisha, I heard you. You say, bring it to me in the Gen Z. Bring it. That's what they say. Bring it. So we're gonna have fruit that's going to last and remain. We have to make sure. There it is. Isaiah 60:22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in its time. That's in the King James. But in another version, it says, when the time is right, the Lord is gonna make it happen. That's right, Keisha. Boom, shakalaka, boom. Yes, sir. So when we start thinking about that, and then so we've been chosen to bear fruit, and if we're gonna do fruit that's gonna remain, y'all, we have to abide in Him to be able to multiply, meaning to be able to continue to produce. We got to abide in him. So let's go on up to verse 5. Told you we was gonna be in 15 today. We was gonna move around. We were gonna come around. Put some fire in the chat. Let me know. Is this helping you this morning? Is this giving you the extra oomph that you needed? So when the enemy come in, he already gave us this word. He gave us a word called purpose. And purpose is what we're driven by. And when we do some things, when we start thinking about, okay, when I walk in my purpose and I walk in my, and I'm producing, it's like you see somebody like you at work, right? And you notice somebody struggling. Okay, instead of ignoring them, you can offer some encouragement, right? You can help lighten the load. That is an act of kindness, which is a seed of your lasting fruit. You see what I'm saying? Is it fire? Okay, come on. All right, Aunt Daisy. All right, Dr. Little June. I see they say this is fire this morning. We're gonna continue to bear this fruit. Like, we're going to really hone in on what God has for us. If He intend for us to be, we were chosen to bear fruit. And in order for us to continue to bear this fruit, we have to abide in Him to multiply. So in John 5, I'm starting out I'm over here at Gen Z, because that's what's up on the screen. All right, Mother Carol, that okay. Come on here. See, y'all better go on and put this fire in here. I see you. And she said something to me. I think it was at day 21. She said, "Baby, keep going." And several of you said, "Baby, keep going." Like some people say, "I'm not getting up at 5:45, but I'll catch you on the replay." That means a lot because sometimes you don't know if you making an impact or you just up or you just making, you don't know. So it says, "I'm the main source. You you are the offshoot. If you stick with me and I with you, you will produce a ton of goodness. Because without me, you won't achieve anything worthwhile." You hear me? And if someone, now I got to go on that, now I go on to Midland now. If someone does, if you don't stick with me, they'll be tossed out like a dried up branch, and people will toss them into the fire to burn. Good God Almighty. You hear that? So we got to abide in him because he says, "I am the vine. You are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit." So when you start thinking about this thing, thank you, cuz um, you have to continue to stay connected to the vine. You get otherwise minded. Sometimes we do get otherwise minded. And you got to start wondering, okay, well, what am I doing? And so you have to begin to then say, okay, God, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I know who you are. I'm going to remain in you. And so when you start thinking about what can I do, what does that look like? Well, that look like what you're doing now. You getting up in the morning, you getting the morning inspiration, uh, you committing to your hour. Some of us have committed to keep on to that hour. Y'all thought I forgot. No, I didn't know. Some of y'all have committed, said, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And I did a little test last night. Some of us sit in the car for hours and hours. I sat in the car last night for about an hour. I just sat there and I just listened. I have never done this in did what I did last night. Meaning I just opened up my door. Normally I sit in the car, but and just debrief, just woosah. So what I did last night, I just sat and I listened to the crickets and the sound of just the nighttime. And I sat there for about an hour just reflecting. Now I said, and I just said, it's like I took the day off of me because I ain't want to come in here because I had a day yesterday. When I tell you, baby, everything, I said, you know what? They really trying to push my buttons in my temperance because normally one thing, it'll take me over this mess my day up. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna let one situation, one circumstance, nobody have that much control that they can just mess up my whole day. Okay, all right. So I see, here you come. You coming with this foolishness this morning. Well, I'm gonna put this foolishness over in the back corner because it's not mine. Like I inherited two messes. Okay, two messes. I inherited them. Baby, I was hot as fish grease, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna remain calm. I'm gonna pull my supervisor in on this situation, and I'm gonna let her handle it, cause I have no control of what these people are doing in their building. Like they just want to just up and build a wall out of nowhere. Yeah, don't tell nobody. And so now they mad because now they may have to, they're gonna have to evacuate. So all of those things, and I said, you know what, God. I'm going to continue to stay connected to you. I'm going to abide in you. Let me call on Jehovah Jireh, the one who provides, Jehovah Shalom, the one who's a God who has peace, because I'm not getting ready to get in a rut. Now, those of you know me personally, if Big Red come, it's not good. Not the fish. Yes, Aunt Daisy, I was hot as fish grease, but I had to remain calm. And I said, Lord, I'm up here talking about the fruit of the spirit and bearing good fruits and all these things. We just got through with about a 5 to 6 week lesson on fruit of the spirit. Well, as Mother Monroe would say, think it not strange when you start getting tested. You say you're gonna abide in him and you're gonna do all these things. You're getting up in the morning and you're inspiring so many people. Think I ain't coming for you. Get ready. Okay. So I said, okay, God, I see how you doing. I see what you're doing. Cause I'm gonna choose peace, Tamiko, over frustration. And I'm asking God as I stay connected to him when conflicts and things like this come, I'm gonna choose peace over frustration. And so they saw that I was 38 hot, and the lady said, well, can we just get past the first encounter and kind of start over? In other words, she was trying to tell me, don't go back to when I first met the lady. Let's start afresh. So when I go today, I'm getting in there today, y'all. Y'all decree and declare, I'm getting in this house today. Okay. I done been there 2 times. We've been trying to get in. She can't catch a home. So today she gonna be home today. Now I'm determined to get up in there today. Cause we just got to. So I'm gonna forget that she tried to catch an attitude and try to tell me what she ain't gonna be sitting at home waiting on me. I gotta let that go. The woman that told me that clear as day yesterday afternoon. She said, well, why Tina? That's my government name. Let's just kind of move and, get to, because when she thought, she didn't realize she had opened up a can of worms to me when she called me. And that was a sore spot. Like, you gonna call the Raleigh office on me? Like, really? Like, you gonna call down there asking them some questions when you could have picked up the phone and called me? Yes. Listen, trying to throw me off. He tried to put a monkey wrench on me, but you know what? I'm girded up today. I'm remaining in him. And I said, God, I thank you because as I studied and I said, you know what? This was good for today. Because see, this is gonna give me the oomph that I need. So whenever I go, and then that brings me fruit that glorifies God. And that's where you were this morning, Damon, right there in Matthew's 5 and 16. You had already, you was flowing. Let your light shine. I gotta let my light shine today, y'all. Because guess what? This woman may not know God. She going through some things in her life and she may need to see this light that I got. And I said, could it be that she had to relocate? Oh, Korobo Shandadabasi. Woo! Y'all, I got food. It just hit me right now. Like this is like fresh download right now. Could it be that God sent this woman, one, to make sure that I have fruit that remain and that I glorify God? And could it be I could be the answer that she's been looking for? Because she's going through a very devastating thing right now in her life. And so I need to keep that in the back of my mind as well as do my job too. So I got to let my light shine before men. Because if I'm going to, and that he may see the good works, okay? Not me pop it off with an attitude. Me telling her she going in and I go in. And so she's strong-willed and I'm determined to be I'm determined you ain't going to tell me. Okay? I'm like this. You know how anybody had a mama or grandma that said I can show you better than I can tell you. That's where I was. Listen, you see what I'm saying? I got to be that light. You see what I'm saying? And you're right. I got the sword of the Lord with me. I got the power of him with me. And I got to show this woman. And too, God is showing me. Like y'all might need, she may got something you need. You may got something she need. But y'all ain't never connected because y'all, she say something, I say something. And boom. So I said, well, she could be, I was telling one of my friends, I said, oh, I can be a little bulldozer sometimes. I said, but here's the thing. And my boss and friends and people know that, like, when they want the bulldogs, when they want the big dogs to come in, when they want somebody to handle something, in any situation, whether I'm at work, a home, they want somebody to handle something, to go there, they pick up the phone and call me. Like, my kids know what to say to get me to come. Like, say somebody doing something, then Mama Bear Honey, rah, here she come. And y'all did what? I know y'all ain't doing, but my kids used to know what to do to get their mama to come over there to that schoolhouse. And when I come to the schools, I ain't got to come but once. They know what buttons to push. So I said, you know what, God, I'm gonna take this opportunity to let your light shine. Because if I do if I remain in him and he in me, and I stay connected to this vine, I'm gonna be able to win this lady over. I got to come in with that mindset. I'm not coming with the mindset that I'm coming to fight and rustle tussle with this lady. I got to come with this. I got to come another way. I have to come another way. And so when you think about it, when God gives us gifts, we all have certain gifts that we can use, whether it's singing, cooking, serving, teaching, to bless not only just your family and friends, but your community, your church. And when others see your good work, they don't just praise you. They're drawn to the light that's like this right here. Some of you see the light of God in me because you get up in the morning at 5:45. You could be doing anything else in the morning, but it's something that I'm saying, something that God is doing. So I'm like, okay, now you got people that's getting up, listening to you. They don't need to see you on the 5 o'clock news that you done, you know, lost your temper and now you not now you locked up. Ain't got no job, all your benefits gone. Cause once you get locked up in the state and you get a charge, baby, they ain't so forgetful. And I'm right here on the brink of retirement. Think he ain't trying to get me to do something to not get my benefits. I see him. So listen. Listen, I know it. You ain't got to go back. We don't play about our kids. We sure don't. I'ma hold that mute. Ain't who is that? Is that Shirley Caesar? Let's just sing that song, Hold My Mule. So y'all, let's let God be God. Because if we're gonna have some lasting fruit that's going to remain and we're building something for eternal, we have to make sure that we stay with him and we don't let anything or anybody deter us. Listen, don't think what we listen going to say, listen. That say listen, you better say it. That's why I say, God, I think, yes, Shirley Caesar. Don't hold my mule. Don't, yes, Shirley, hold my mule. Yes. So we have to know that we're gonna be tested, we're gonna be tried, things are gonna come. So let's when we think about the life application, let's look at what we got going on and let's choose one way that we can start building some eternal fruit, right? Some fruit that's gonna remain, that we're gonna be able to live and build a legacy for our children's children's children. I mean, that's the way we have to decide. Okay, God, whether I'm going to invest in encouragement or in discipleship or in generosity. Let's just think about it. I want you to take a minute to pause for a second. If you could think of something really quick, it may take some of you a little bit, but if you think about it, if you can't think of what's one area that you can invest into some internal fuel. Is it encouragement? Is it discipleship? Is it discipline? Meaning, I did good last night. I went to McDonald's. I took a friend to McDonald's, and I didn't get that fish fillet combo, y'all. I hadn't eaten. I did not. Is it discipline that you need to ask God? What is one way you're going to invest? Is it going to be spending a little bit more time with God, reading a little bit, getting you some scriptures to remember? Because I want to say, is it Isaiah 8:19? Damon, is Isaiah 19, be willing and obedient? Is that the you can eat the good of the land? I'm trying to get that one in my spirit. I'm trying to get that one in my spirit. And so we have to start thinking about things that we're doing. What's one way we can start building up our eternal fruit? And let's not sleep on it. Let's not settle for something. I'm gonna do it today, but not tomorrow. Let's build this muscle. Let's build this. And so we have to ask God to help us. And y'all know what I had. I'm gonna show y'all what I did. I was I had done forgot all about it. I done got all hooked up. See, I had my little notes in the bag. I did. Oh well. I'll get used to it. But today's affirmation is my life produces lasting fruit for God's glory. That's what we want to do. We want to produce fruit, not just any old fruit, lasting fruit that's going to remain. And and when we think about that remain, Dr. B told me the other day, renew, the R is renew your mind. E, embrace faith. M, meditate on the truth. I think I'm gonna make this as a post and put it in my story, or put it in my thing so that it stay on, because stories only stay for a little bit. And put it and post this. How we gonna remain? How we going to build this fruit? We're building fruit that's lasting. It's and it's building our eternity. So I invite the divine guidance. Like, begin to ask God, give you wisdom. Ask God to help you in what you're doing. Yep, it's Isaiah 19. If you be willing and obedient, you'll be able to eat the good of the land. So let's begin to build that muscle. Let's begin to build and continue to bear the fruit, and the fruit that's going to remain. And N is nurture the soul. So I'm gonna put that acronym. Dr. B gave it to me. And I put it on Facebook, and then let's let our life produce lasting fruit for God's glory, that it will live on and on, generations after generations. When we're long gone and we up in glory, having a good time, they're gonna be still down here bearing the fruit, the things and the seeds and stuff that we planted. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same back channel. We're going to build some stuff that's going to remain. And we're going to start abiding in him and he in us. And we begin to produce what God has called for us.
Baby, now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside.